Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing this evening? Well, I was just getting ready to run out, and I still do have to run out and get some, do some errands and get some things, but I was getting ready to run out to get something to eat first, and then do some errands as well, when Alex texted me. He is out to dinner with a friend of his in town from California, and they went to Blue Sushi, which is one of my favorite restaurants. He knows that. It's like this sushi restaurant that's like 5 or 10 minutes from us, but it's very cool inside, and it looks like kind of like a Soho, New York kind of restaurant. And they have this roll there. They have like a whole like side of the menu is all like vegan rolls. I have all this hair over me from being with the dogs, rolling around with the dogs today. But they have a whole vegan roll like menu list. And they have one called the hippie roll. I seem like I'm really close up. Oh my god, my battery is dying. But they have a whole vegan roll, and it is called, the whole vegan menu, and the roll that I like is called the hippie roll. I gotta get a Sprite to take with me while I'm going out. So anyway, I think this is the one I just put in there because it's kind of warm. So he's gonna bring me home the hippie roll, and then he just texted me and said, so, because he was going to bring me the tuna ahimi, but it's like vegetarian, but he said the tuna ahimi is tomato that tastes like tuna, and he knows I don't like anything that smells or tastes like fish, and obviously being a vegetarian, I don't eat fish, but it's not fish, it's tomato that tastes like tuna, but I don't want that. So he said, excuse me, so I got the avocado roll instead, and he said, I'll ask for lots of wasabi for you, because I know that you like the spiciness. And I said, thanks, babe, and he's on his way home. And here is Sandy Joe right here. And my battery is going to die, so give me 1 second, and I will be right back. Okay, I'm hoping this battery has some juice in it. I have like been having the biggest problem with batteries today. I'll like charge a battery for a while, and then I'll look, and it'll be dead. And I was filming a Peterisms video, and yeah, it didn't. What is going on in here? I'm a mess today. I've got like a sticker or something in here. And dog hair's on me. But anyway, so I was filming a Peterisms video, and the battery died right in the middle of it. Okay, I just want to first off say, I got 2 things from the post office today. I got this package, which I'm going to open in just a second. I have no idea what this is. This is from Bunny Cake. Bunny Cakes! Oh my god. And then I got this letter from Kat, and it is very personal, and it is very nice. She said that I could mention anything in here, but she was just talking to me about the fact of like me like talking about my mom passing, and she relates to that with her dad passing, that he passed 13 years ago, and it was just a really, really sweet letter. So Kat, thank you so much for this personal letter, and I loved the stationery and the little sticker on it, and actually the envelope is really pretty too. Let me show you. I didn't even want to, like, you can see it's like a purple envelope, and it has that. It's so nice. So anyway, okay. Now, we're going to have to find a new place for the Christmas tree, okay? Because I had it over there, and I also, Alex actually, hold on a second. So if you didn't see, Natalie made this for me, and we have it sitting right over there in front of the PP picture. Here, I'll show you where we're keeping it. It's going right here in front of PP's picture. The problem is, I have to take PP's picture down and that, and then I have the Christmas tree over there, but I have to take all of that down, because on the camera, it like focuses on that stuff. So I don't know where to put the Christmas tree. I want to put it out somewhere. I might just put it like right in the middle here, but it doesn't seem right there. I don't know where to put it. So anyway, alright. That's literally the only thing I left on this counter except for this package. I have no idea what is going to be in this package, but Bunny, I can totally see your picture on your profile right now in my head. Okay. Bunny, we live close. I mean, not like down the street, but we live pretty close. Oh my god, this is so cute. When I was a little kid, because my dad saw so many knife injuries in the ER, like I was always like told I had to be supervised by a parent. I mean, not when I was like 15, but you know, like when I was really young to, you guys are gonna die when you see this. I had to be supervised by, you know, a parent when I was working with a knife, because my dad was always lawnmowers too. My dad was super apprehensive about lawnmowers. Okay, so this is to Peter and Alex right here, and it is this beautiful Christmas card, winter little moment there, and it has the cardinal on there, which if you don't know is a sign from my mom, or at least I like to think that it is. How do you open this card? Okay. Rejoice in the beauty of the season. Happy holidays. Wishing you all the best, Bunny Cakes. All right. Hey, Peter, I saw this hat and it made me think of you. The chapsticks seem like a fun addition as well. I hope you, Alex, and the dogs have a great holiday season. And that the hat fits. Stay awesome, Bunny Cakes. P.S. The car pops up like a diorama. Oh. Oh, I get it now. Oh, how cute is that? Okay, hold on a second. It pops up like a diorama. Do you know when you like just figure something out and it's like the magic eye picture? So let me just show you here like this. See? It like pops up like that. Is that not so cool? So anyway, then you can just like, and I'll put it right next to my Christmas tree right there. Okay. So let's do the chapsticks first because I have to save the hat for last. Oh my God. Okay, so she got me these Taste Beauty, but first, coffee. And then it says, it's a latte partay, and it's vanilla latte and then a chocolate sprinkle donut, which is so funny because I was just talking about this when I went through Dunkin' Donuts today. So I'm going to save this and do it somehow in a review video. And then, are you guys ready for this hat? Merry Christmas, you filthy animal. That's from Home Alone. Well, it's actually from some other movie, but don't kill me, Bunny Cakes, but I always like bend so that it fits. I usually have to kind of like work these hats to fit a little bit. Oh my God, it actually does really fit though. It is like so good. It really does fit my head. Oh my God. Like, it is hard to get these hats to fit me the way that I like. Oh, it actually does look really cute. Oh my God, I love it. Merry Christmas. There's my thumbnail. I never remember to put my thumbnail when I do the vlog. It's so bright in this kitchen. Remember that, Peter, at like 7 minutes. Merry Christmas, you filthy animal. So anyway, thank you so much, Bunny. That was so sweet. Okay, I am going to put this letter over here from Kat. I'm going to get off here now, and I'm going to go run my errands, and then by the time that Alex gets home, I will have my sushi, and then I will, I may vlog a little bit while I'm out running errands. We'll see. I guess this battery is charged. That's in the camera right now, and then I'll charge the other one, and I will be back a little bit later. Okay, bye. Okay, I'm back. Let me get this situated here. I was out running errands, and now I am leaving the post office. It's so hot in my car. And, oh, Tanya just texted me and said fountain. Hold on a second. Let me text her really bit quick. Not fountain, she said. So anyway, yeah, I was out running errands, and then Alex just got home, and I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna eat the sushi that he brought me. I'm so excited. And by the time that I get home, my Peterisms video should be uploaded and ready to post. My other videos are posted. And yeah, it has been a good day. I've just been kind of like running crazy. Like, I've been doing this and doing that and doing this and trying to get stuff done at home and all this kind of stuff. And I've been really thinking in the last 24 hours about like going into the year 2020 and like what are things that I used to do that I really enjoyed that I don't do as much anymore. And what are things that I would like to have back in my life again that, you know, would bring calm. Like, what ways can I take care of myself? Because, you know, I always talk, I swear, I turn the heat down, and I actually have it just on the defrost now, and it's at 72 degrees, and it's still hot in here. But, like, what things can I do for self-care, you know? And what are things that I really, really enjoy? And anything from something being so small as just to doing my nightly ritual before I go to bed on my face and stuff like that, which some nights I do, but I've really gotten away from that, to doing, you know, like, my Lush cup of coffee face mask in the morning and doing all of that stuff on my face in the morning because I really enjoy that, and it kind of like starts my day, but I've gotten away from that too. And even like my meditations and my affirmations and my prayers have kind of started, and like gratitude list have started to get rushed a little bit. So like going into 2020, I want to make sure that I'm doing a gratitude list on a daily basis, a written gratitude list. And I actually bought a new, I'm pulling here to this Rally's that is closed down. I was never a big fan of Rally's. Anytime I would get it, it would just make my car stink for days. Let me see what Tanya said. She used to text me after I'm done eating. Or text, she just said text after. So anyway, you know, but I just bought a new notebook to do my gratitude list in, but those are things that I wanted to do, but also like really focusing a lot of attention on reading and listening to my audiobooks more than I did this year, because I will have probably by the end of the year read about 45 books, which is a lot, yeah, but like, I mean, compared to what I used to listen to back in the day, and I really miss it, like really, you know, getting into one book after another. And I'm currently listening to, I'm listening to all holiday books before before Christmas, and I'm listening to, it's like three and a half hours long. It's called Murder at the Mistletoe Manor, and it's like this kind of like unknown book. I mean, I never heard of the author. Her last name is, it's something Tierney, and but it is called Murder at the Mistletoe Manor, and it's on Audible. And if you want to listen to a really cute like holiday book, it's actually very good. And it's about this woman that owns this bed and breakfast, I think in Idaho, this small town called like Willow Falls, Idaho, I think. And all these people book one night there to stay, and she doesn't know why. And then it's kind of like they're all there under these false pretenses, which is really interesting, how they all got there. And it's kind of like this murder mystery, but it's kind of cute and funny too. It's a really good book, actually, and I'm really into it. And the characters are really well developed, like right out of the gate. Like the main woman, her name is Clorinda, and she owns the inn. And then she has this woman that works for her that's older. Her name is Myrtle. And there's like these people from town. And then there's the people that come into town to stay there. And she doesn't really know why they're there or what's going on. And then there's the background of the inn and like her making fires and all this kind of stuff. So it's just real cute. And then she has a chef that works for her. His name is Pierre, and he does like cooks all these meals. And so it's just very homey and cute, but at the same time, I mean, it's like they're in the middle of a blizzard, which you guys know I love blizzard books. And they're in the middle of a blizzard, and then this whole thing happens. And I'm not to the murder part yet, but she thinks it's like a murder mystery, but she can't really figure out why they're all there. So anyway, if you're looking for a good holiday book, I would definitely recommend Murder at the Mistletoe Manor. And so anyway, but I was just trying to think of like all these things that I really like used to do and that I miss doing. And years and years and years ago, so I used to go to like this day spa, and I would get like, you know, pedicures and facials and stuff. And there was this massage therapist there that worked there, and he was like fantastic, and everybody that I knew went to him. And like, oh my god, all of my friends, like everybody would talk about this guy, and he just was so good. Like, he is one of the best massage therapists ever, and he, like, his specialty is working on athletes. And so I had stopped going, you know, for a long time, because you know, it's expensive to go and get a massage on a regular basis. But I used to go like every Monday. I would go to him, and I would get like a 90-minute massage. And he was like really affordable. You know, because I mean, massages that are $90, if you go to like a resort or if you go to like a day spa, they're like, because when he went out on his own, like he dropped his prices, because at the day spa they were extremely expensive. But like when you go to those places, they're upwards of sometimes $300 and $400. You know, it's ridiculous. And so I was thinking about like last night, I don't know why, I was like, I haven't talked to him in like years, and I was thinking about him. And so like I just reached out to him, and I was like, I don't know if you're even like still practicing or what your rates are, but I would like, you know, and he is like, everybody goes to him, let me just tell you, okay? And I was like, but I would really like to start coming in again, and blah, 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 and I think that I can make it affordable, you know, in my budget to come and see you on a regular basis if, you know, you have any spots that are available. And he like got back to me today, and he was like, oh yeah, but I'm so booked right now for the holiday. I can't get into him until like the 9th of January, you guys. I can't get into him for like a month, right? So I was like, that's fine. I said, let's do that day. And I said, but then I want to start coming regularly because I need to start doing that again, because that was just for me. Like, and he is so good, and he plays like this music in the background that is so fantastic. And, you know, it would be like an hour and a half for me, like every time that I would go, where I would just be like in my head, be like thinking about like, you know, I just would de-stress. I wouldn't like be in my head taking notes and whatever. I would just kind of like be calm and relaxed. And I know a lot of people fall asleep during massages, but I don't. And but the really weird thing about this is, okay, this is so funny, that when I originally went to him, I had never had a massage in my entire life. This was probably and just so everybody knows, for the people out there that are gonna, you know what, all my haters out there, this is an up and up massage therapist who is like certified and very well known in the Indianapolis area and very highly respected. This isn't some shady lowdown deal, okay? Because I know those people out there will be like, oh, y'all, whatever, okay? Kick rocks. But anyway, so the first time that I went to him, I had never had a massage, and I was like, I was always kind of like weird about it. I was like, I don't really know how I feel about that, and blah, blah, blah. Well, Alex had been going to him, and he was like, because Alex has always gotten massages, you know, I mean, not always, but like, since like, you know, I've met him, he has. And he would be like, okay, this guy is super professional, first of all. He's never gonna make you feel uncomfortable, and he's just so great at what he does and whatever. And because he does a lot of stretching too. So like when you're in there, he'll like tell you like what areas he thinks you need to like, you know, have like worked out. Like for me, it's always my lower back, because I sit up a lot, like in a chair, or I'm sitting at the computer or whatever, you know. And so he would say, you know, like your lower back is really bad, but also then my legs. And so he would do a lot of these stretching things, which wasn't even really massage. It was just kind of like lifting my legs up and doing these different exercises. And then he would recommend things for me to do at home, like certain kinds of exercises and stretching and things like that, because he really, really believes in stretching. Obviously, because he works with athletes. I was like, did I even have my light on? So, when I first got the massage, Alex got it for me like as a Christmas present or a Valentine's Day present or something, but I cleaned off this windshield, and you guys, now it's like you can see where I cleaned it, and it's so bad. But the first time I went, I was so nervous. I don't even know why. I was just like, oh my God, I don't know, like, you know, how I'm gonna feel about all this and whatever. And I literally walked out of there and I was like sold on massages for life. But they're expensive, you know? And so it's like anything else, like that you do, like getting your hair done or whatever. And I just wanted to go all the time. And at one point, because his rates were so affordable, I was literally going every Monday. Like I just was like, okay, this is part of my self-care of how I'm gonna do it. But then I started looking at how much I was spending, and I was like, this is really crazy that I'm spending that much money, you know? But you know, I go to the casino for fun and I drop some money. And so I was thinking about that last night. And I was like, you know, like if I'm going to do that, I might as well do something that's really good for my body, you know? And I also messaged my personal trainer today, and I was like, the next time I come in, I want to sit down, and which is Wednesday. And I was like, I really want to sit down and come up with a plan for going into 2020, because I say I'm going to do one thing and then I don't do any of it. And then I do the complete opposite. And then I beat myself up in my head. And then 6 months goes by, and I'm exactly where I said I was going to be 6 months before, and I'm beating myself up because I'm like, well, if you had actually stuck to things, you know, you would be in shape, you would be feeling better, you would have lost some weight, on and on and on. And then I don't, and then I'm beating myself up. And so she was like, okay, she was like, well, before Wednesday, I want you to think of some ways that I can, you know, help you get your goals and whatever. She was fantastic. So my health and self-care is going to be one of my things going forward into the new year. Now, I don't know, I'm going to start probably talking about this a lot in vlogs. I'm not a big believer in New Year's resolutions. I'm a big believer in changes and goals and focusing on what your dreams and your goals are for the next year. And for the next year, and I've said this for the last 3 years, but this has got to be my year. I really want to focus on just getting my health into shape, and, you know, or like, you know, my eating, I have got to get my eating under order and stop eating so much crap. And I've got to be in the gym working out. I'm not at a point in my life where, I mean, so I need to make an entire lifestyle change. And and that also includes, you know, taking care of my skin, taking care of it. And y'all know I love to tan, so that one will be, you know, whatever. But all over, you know, taking care of myself and doing the facial things during the morning and the evening, and, you know, and then that goes along with my emotional well-being and my spiritual well-being, which is, you know, making sure that I'm doing a gratitude list and keeping up with that, you know, doing the self-help books on my Purisms channel, which is really helping me. So I'm reading more of the self-help, motivational, inspirational kind of things, and continuing to grow and learn as a human being, you know, not just as a person out here in the world, but to grow as a human being spiritually and emotionally. Like, that's what I want to do, you know. And so and to learn, it isn't just to be exposed to lessons that happen. You have to also go looking for the lessons, I think. And so I want to, you know, go looking for the lessons and find some of those lessons and things like that. So that for me is like reading more of these books and whatever. Like, people always recommend the Eckhart Tolle books to me. I've never read the Eckhart Tolle books. I've never read the Deepak Chopra, is that, I think his name is. I've never read those books. So I want to read some of those books. Yeah, I just want to pull it all together and do this complete, like, I want the next year of my life to be, I feel like I've set the foundation for it, but I want the next year to really be, for me, like, growth as far as overall physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, you know, and really just continue to grow as a person. I don't want to just read the same things I always read. I want to, like, open my horizons to different genres of books. I want to read some nonfiction books about some other things. I'm really enjoying reading, you know, true crime about all different kinds of subjects. So I'm really excited about the next year, and I feel like I'm actually putting some of my goals into motion already, you know, like, or into action already by, like, you know, talking to my physical trainer and, you know, getting the massage therapist back. And there are some other things that I want to do, you know, and he was always hard on me about my weight. My massage therapist, he'd always be like, Peter, he was like, you know, you've got to get your weight under control. He was like, because it's going to stress out your body, and then, you know, you can do all the stretching in the world, but if you're heavier, you know, like, you're putting a lot of stress on your body, you're carrying a lot of weight. And so anyway, yeah, I'm excited about all of that. And it's exciting to look at changes that are just going to be good for you, and you know that, you know, but it's like, I say it, and then it's like, I mean, talk is cheap, you know, and I know that about my own life. It's like, I've got all these things over here that I want to do, and then I say that I'm going to do, and then it's over here, like, am I going to do it? You know what I mean? So we'll see. I'm hoping so. I hope I stick to it and I get as inspired as I've been the last couple days. But anyway, I mean, I have a lot of goals for the year 2020 and things that I want to do. And we'll see going forward. There are some things I want to do, like, you know, on my different channels. I have some ideas of some things I want to do. Some different things I want to try on my different channels and stuff like that. So I'm excited about that too. So yeah, I think it's going to be a good year. We have a lot of traveling coming up. We have already, well, we haven't booked Dallas yet, but we have our trip in January, December, January, and then we have Dallas, and then we have Miami, and then we have to go back to Miami in April, but that'll probably only be for a weekend. And then we have May, Las Vegas. So, I mean, in the first 5 months, we have 5 trips. I'm really excited about that. Somebody keeps on texting me and I can't see what it is. So anyway, but that's exciting, you know, to have something to look forward to. And Alex and I just, when we travel, it's just like that time, you know, together for ourselves is so fantastic. And I just recommend, you know, any couple out there, travel, get away, you know, just find a city nearby that's 100 miles away and just drive to some city you don't know, you know, and like go stay in a hotel room for the night. It doesn't even have to be, you know, whatever. It can just be go to the local Applebee's and go see a movie out of town and stay in a hotel room and, you know, have a romantical evening and light some candles or something. It doesn't have to be expensive, but like even for us, just the getting excited about it is fantastic, you know. And so, yeah. Anyway, that's about all I have. That's about all I have for right now. I'm so hungry for my, speaking of food, I'm so hungry for my, oh my God, I have all these texts over there. I'm so hungry for my sushi, which I have to say is probably the healthiest meal that I've had in a long time, because it's literally vegan sushi, which I'll drink with water, and then I'll come out to my car and have a Sprite, or Tanya and I'll go get a fountain pop. I wish my windshield was cleaner. This is really not making me very happy. I mean, you can see where I like cleaned it. What did I do? Those cloths were fantastic, like the very first time I ever used them, and then ever since then they haven't been that great. But I think that night that Tanya and I did it, she had me go over them twice. Maybe I'll bring them tonight and have her help me. But you have to get them wet too, so I'll have to bring some water. All right, you guys, well, listen, I'm going to get off here, and I will be back a little bit later to vlog a little bit more. Bye. Okay, I'm back. I'm on my way to go get my good Judy Tanya to get a fountain pop. I actually think tonight I might get a fountain pop. I was just telling Alex my plans for getting universally healthy. God, it's so hot here. How many times in a vlog do I say that? Universally healthy in 2020. Anyway. Okay, I need to talk about something. I'm very heated right now. Can we just talk about the fact that Vicki Gunderson from the Real Housewives of Orange County is crazy? Okay, I know everybody has their favorites and everything, and I used to like Vicki. I don't know why. I think just because she's been around for so long, and I've watched her story from the very beginning and all this kind of stuff. But legit, like, I don't know how these women watch this show and they don't see that Vicki is literally at the epicenter of every problem. I mean, they are all problematic. They really are. I mean, Gina and Emily are like the least problematic. And I have to say, when they were introduced, I don't hardly ever watch the show unless Alex has it on, but he had it on while I was eating my sushi tonight. Who's texting me? Tanya, she said you coming. Hold on a second, I gotta pull in here and text her. But like I never watch it unless Alex has it on in the background, and I was watching it tonight while I was eating my sushi because he was watching something else, and he was like, I'll turn on something that you know something about. So we were watching The Real Housewives, and they were in Miami, and they were going to the Keys and stuff like that. Okay, so this whole storyline of Vicki and Kelly and everybody hates Kelly and all this kind of stuff, whatever. And none of them are like without problems. They're all problematic in their own right, okay? But like Vicki puts herself in the middle of all of it. And then she's like, what, who, me? And all this kind of stuff. And she's literally outside this bar in Key West screaming at the top of her lungs. Like, in all honesty, in 25 years of my entire life, I've never seen anybody, like in my personal life, behave in such a manner. I've never seen anybody like that. I just think it's just crazy. It's a crazy town. Hold on a second. I said on my way. Now watch, she'll text me and she'll say, when will you be here? And I'll be like, I'm driving. I'm on my way. Well, because I texted her and I was like, because she said text her after dinner. And so when I was done eating, I texted her when I was cleaning it up. But that's when all this stuff happened in Key West. And so I sat there for a second and I watched it. So it was like another 10 minutes before I left. And then I went and I like sprayed on some cologne and like changed from my t-shirt to my hoodie because it's supposed to drop tonight down to really cold. Tomorrow's supposed to be like 29. Actually, before I get back on the road, I want to see what the weather is supposed to be like tomorrow. It's 42 right now. Today was 50, tonight is 51, tomorrow high of 28, you guys. Wednesday 31, then 41, 42, and then it goes up. The 23rd of December is a high of 40. I was really hoping for some snow for Christmas, but that's not gonna happen. Oh well, I'm sure we'll get our fair share of it in January and February, so. Alex said he heard that we're supposed to have a really bad winter, like temperature-wise and snow-wise. It's been really cold this year already, but it hasn't been super bad, I wouldn't say yet. Anyway, I just had to say that because I was sitting there watching it and I was like, this show, it gets me riled up. Like, that's why I don't really watch that stuff anymore, because I can be like completely calm and I just, like, sometimes I watch it and it's funny, but other times I watch it and it gets me riled up. I used to watch all of the Housewives. I would go over to Tanya's. Look at my hair right there in front. Can we talk about that? That's from taking a shower and putting a hat on. I used to watch all of them. Regularly I watch Atlanta. I'm kind of watching that with Alex right now. I watch it if he's got it on. The Real Housewives of Orange County, Beverly Hills. I never watch Beverly Hills anymore, ever. New York. New York's actually one of my favorite seasons. And, OC, Beverly Hills, Atlanta, New York. Are those the only 4 I've watched? Oh, Dallas. I watch Dallas sometimes too with Alex. They're actually, on Dallas, they're not, I have to say, they're not hugely problematic. And New York is not hugely problematic either. I mean, they're problematic, and that's what the show is about, obviously. If they were just doing normal things and not ever, like, fighting or arguing or whatever, nobody would watch the show, let's be for real, right? But, although I will say the reunions are always with a T. They're always such a blast to watch because they're just crazy. But, like, I can't watch them the way that I used to. I used to watch all of that stuff, all of those crazy reality shows. And now when I watch them, I feel like I could be spending my life doing other things. I don't know. Yeah, somebody else. I don't know who that is. I can't see. But anyway, so that's I kind of feel like that overall. Oh, you know what? I was thinking about what reality show I'll start watching, or what TV show I'll start watching next. I think I'll start watching that Unbelievable that's on Netflix, because this is with Toni Collette, and I love her. So I think I'm gonna watch that next. Yeah. I'll probably finish that Mistletoe Manor murder tonight, or Murder at Mistletoe Manor tonight, and then I don't know what I'm gonna watch or read next. I have like 5 Christmas books that I bought. I think I read them all to you guys the other night on here. I might read the Augustin Burroughs one yet, but I also know that that will be like very sad and depressing, because his books always are. It'll be like cynical and funny and sarcastic, but sad at the same time. And I don't know that I really want to read that right away. Very David Sedaris kind of. I kind of put David Sedaris and Augustin Burroughs together in the same category. And to be honest with you, like, I would love to write like they do, like have a book that was all essays like that. And I've kind of started working on it a little bit here and there, but I never, like, that's not what pulls me when I write. So, but I do love writing little blogs, like, well, because I used to keep a blog, so I love writing like the essays and stuff like that. Hold on a second. So anyway, any way you like it. Hot child in the city, running wild and looking pretty. You know what, I have this thought today that I'm not sure I'm gonna put my Christmas tree up. And it's not like a woe is me. Like every other year I'm always like, if I don't put up my Christmas tree, I'm gonna be really, really sad about it and all this kind of stuff. I don't really feel like that this year. Like, it's not that at all. I just don't know that I feel like putting up my Christmas tree this year. And I think part of it is, and I know this is gonna sound silly, but other than like working around the house, like I don't just like sit there, like unless I'm eating, you know? And so, and typically we're up in the bedroom. We're not like, we don't just sit in the living, like he does when he watches TV on the TV, but I don't when he watches TV on the TV. Well, downstairs watching TV. I don't watch TV on that. I don't watch TV in the living room that often, unless I'm watching, what do you call it? Unless I'm watching like something while I'm eating. Other than that, I really just don't watch a whole lot on TV, period, anymore. I usually watch it on my phone and like in bed or somewhere else, you know, like on the couch or whatever. So I don't know, like I was thinking about it today and I was like, our front porch is just so pretty. We have like, the wreath that has all the lights around it, and then this like little pine fir deal going on with a birch stick and all this kind of stuff, and the winter berries or whatever they're called. I also have my winter spiced cranberry spice, right? Oh my god, I have all this stuff I wanted to bring to Tanya that I forgot, and but I don't know that I am like, that to me feels like so Christmassy, and I come home and I'm like, oh, they look so pretty, and I always get excited about turning the lights on, you know, when it starts getting dark outside. But I just don't know, like, if I really want to put the Christmas tree up this year or not. I don't know that I care that much, is what it's truly all about. And I don't know, that doesn't mean, I don't feel un-Christmassy this year. I feel really Christmassy this year. But I don't know that I also, like, it takes literally like 15 minutes to put that Christmas tree up. I'm continuing to get, I never get texts from people, and then I start vlogging and it's like I get texted like crazy. So yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure that out and see if I want to put up a Christmas tree. I mean, if I'm gonna put it up, I need to put it up in the next couple days, because we're literally like, what day of the week is Christmas on? It's on like is it on a Friday this year? Okay, my birthday's on the 17th, which is a Tuesday. So Tuesday, 18, 19, 20. Oh, well, Christmas Eve is on a Tuesday this year. Or is it Christmas Day? I think it's Christmas Eve. So 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So Christmas Eve is on a Tuesday, and Christmas Day is on a Wednesday. So we're 2 weeks away from Christmas Eve tomorrow, and I don't even have a Christmas tree up yet. And see, that's where I'm at. I'm just kind of like, I don't know that I really care. Like, isn't that horrible? I know it's horrible, you guys, but I just don't know that I really care that much. I really don't. I don't know. I know I should care, but hot child in the city, running wild and looking pretty. We'll see. We'll see if I decide to do it or not. Oh, Tanya Jean must really want her fountain pop. She's texting me like that. I honestly thought that she would, when I texted her, she'd be like, oh no, I'm in for the night. Because sometimes she'll be like out running. She goes and lets the dogs out at the kennel and stuff like that. And, you know, she'll run some errands late at night, and then she'll just be like, she'll, like on her way home, she'll just be like, no, I stopped and got a fountain cook. I just didn't want to go back out. Which I totally understand. So, especially when it's cold or if it's rainy or something. It's been raining here all day today, which I don't dislike, but at the same time, I'm kind of like, there's a little bunny rabbit over there. I always think bunny rabbits are good luck. Anyway, somebody told me that years ago. I don't know who told me that, but it was this guy that I knew, and he used to always talk about when he would see bunny rabbits, he thought they were good luck. And I don't know why. Ever since then, I've always thought the same thing. But, is that a true thing? Does anybody else know about that? Oh, I was saying to somebody earlier today. Who was it? Oh, I think it was when I was at Starbucks, and I said, how are you doing today? And she was like, I said, how are you doing? And she said this, and I said this, and she's like, yeah, that's how I'm doing today, or something like that. She was kind of laughing about it. And I said, yeah, this just describes my mood too, because like the rain just got me down today. Like when I was getting out of the house, I was kind of like, this is just dismal. Like, who wants a wet Christmas? I want a white Christmas, not a wet Christmas. It's just not fun, you know? Hot child in the city. Oh, man. It's always interesting to me when people put like one green light up, you know, in their house. But then I always think that it looks kind of cool too, and I'm like, I'd like to have like one red light. Or when you go to like somebody, like they have the carriage lights and one side's red or like the other side's green, you know what I'm talking about? Like I always kind of love that though. There's something about that I enjoy. The Christmas aesthetic of all of that. All right, you guys, well listen, I'm gonna get off here now and I will be back in just a little while. Bye. Okay, I'm back. Just dropped off Tanya Jean Applestein, prettiest girl I've ever seen. I went in and I talked to her husband for a little bit and used their restroom because I had to go to the bathroom. And we drove around for like an hour and talked. We got fountain pops. I got Diet Pepsi and it tastes delicious. Delicioso. And yeah, and then she turned the heat way up in my car. So let me turn it down. I'm gonna be thankful for that heat when it is 10 below in February and snow drifts across the, you know, everywhere. I'm gonna be real thankful for that. We were talking, it was so funny, we were talking about the Real Housewives of Atlanta and, or not, of Orange County, and Kelly versus Vicky, which I was talking about earlier. We were talking about it because Tanya watches it. She was telling me that Eric tells her to like, he'll go, turn that down, all that screaming and shouting. So we were talking about it, and right as we were talking about it, Alex like called me to say goodnight, and I was like, oh my God, we're laughing, blah, 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 whatever about all this. And then Tanya was talking to him because she got new neighbors that are from Venezuela, and so she was telling her new neighbors that she was like, my best friend's husband's from Venezuela. And so Alex was asking like where in Venezuela they're from and stuff like that. But anyway, yeah, and that was our night. We drove around and it was a fun time. Fun times for all. We were talking about my birthday next week. My sobriety birthday is the 17th. And usually, so my sponsor's home group is on Tuesday nights as well at a different meeting. That's at 7 and our meeting is at 8. And so we don't usually go to the same meeting. Sometimes she'll come to our meeting, but not typically. But for my birthday, she does. And so I need to tell her that next week is my birthday so she can make arrangements to be there. And Tanya was like, well, why don't we, you know, the three of us go out to dinner first, and like some other friends of ours, we could all like, you know, a bunch of us go out to dinner to celebrate your birthday and to celebrate Christmas and stuff. And I was like, okay, that would be fun. And I said, you know, if, like sometimes, well, this is before I have my sponsor that I have now, like Tanya, so my old sponsor, my old sponsor that I had for a long time, had a lot of medical issues and had severe arthritis and stuff, and often he couldn't leave the house. It was too bad. And so on my birthday, Tanya would give me my coin. And so I was kind of thinking about it, and I was like, you know, Tanya's been my constant for 25 years. Well, not my whole 25 years, but she and I became friends. I was about 2 years sober. I'm gonna get real emotional. But she's been my constant, you know, for a long time, and in sobriety. I mean, literally for like the last 25 years, there's been two things in my life that have been consistent, and that have been my sobriety, and that has been Tanya, and she's part of my sobriety, you know. And I was like, I don't know, maybe be more meaningful to me if she gave me my coin, and my sponsor wouldn't care. She'd still come and let her do that, but then I also want my sponsor to give it to me because she means so much to me, and we just have such, you know, a fantastic relationship, and I wouldn't be where I was at today if it wasn't for her. She's really challenged the hell out of me in the last year, and she's been so good for me, and so yeah. Those lights are so pretty. You can see inside there, they have like an A-frame house and this huge Christmas tree. Tanya was telling me that she has an app that it tells you like where to go and look at Christmas trees in the city, but you have to go before 11 o'clock, and then like where you go, like it has music that you play on the app, like through your car, and then you can drive around and look at lights and stuff like that. Because I was telling her, I was like, everybody wants me to vlog, and show Christmas. Not everybody, but I got a few people that were like, oh, I wish that you would vlog and show Christmas tree lights in Indianapolis, or Christmas lights. So I'm thinking about, she and I were thinking about maybe doing that, and she said she'd be willing to do that for a vlog. She'd be like, yeah, we should do that, but we have to do it before 11 o'clock, and I was like, okay. So we might do that. It is really windy outside. Literally, it was 40, you guys, when I started vlogging, like, an hour and a half ago when I started vlogging on my way to Tanya's house. It's been like an hour, actually, and it is now 34 degrees, and it's supposed to drop and get really, really cold tonight. I was telling her about my audiobook that I'm listening to that I really like, Murder at Mistletoe Manor. I want to finish it tonight, if at the latest tomorrow morning, or more during the day tomorrow, because I want to start another one, and I just want to listen to as many holiday Christmas books as I can between now and Christmas. And I also need to break out my book last year that somebody sent me, which is The Box of Delights, and I need to start reading that at night, because I want to read that for the Christmas season. I love Christmas. It's kind of hard, I have to say this. Like, said something to Alex about this tonight. It's like, did I say it or was I thinking it? He was watching his show. Sometimes I don't interrupt his shows because he likes to just sit there and relax when he gets home. His new, like, go-to, back in the day, he would always wear, like, a tank top and then, like, you know, like, running shorts or, like, you know, short, like, you know, workout shorts and socks. Like, that was what he would sit around in. Now, he puts on pajama pants, like pajama pants, and then like these red plaid ones. They're so cute. And then he wears like a white t-shirt or like a gray t-shirt, and then socks and his Birkenstocks, his plastic Birkenstocks, and then he wears his long gray robe that I got him that has the hood on it and stuff. I actually thought about getting him another robe for Christmas, but he'll probably be like, I don't need it. But I was thinking, I think I thought it and I didn't tell him, but that because we're going out of town for New Year's, like, I'm so focused and excited about that I'm having like a really hard time, like, really thinking much about Christmas, which is horrible, because I'm usually like focused on Christmas and stuff. Oh my God. Okay, so Liliana today, she, like, on her Instagram story, she had this thing up of Carlitos singing Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. It was so adorable. And I was thinking about it, like, I don't really know what year, like, what age kids stop believing in Santa Claus. I'm kind of waiting for this call for a friend of mine in recovery, but I texted them and I was like, okay. I was going to talk to them before I vlogged. And after I dropped Tanya off, but they're not texting me back. I said, okay, I can talk now. They're not texting me back. But anyway, I don't really know what age people, like, what age kids stop believing in Santa Claus, but I know, I should probably give a warning that if you're listening to this in an open forum right now, you might want to stop that. Do you know what I mean? Do you get what I'm saying? I'm like, I don't know how to say it now. Because that's when I say it in a video, people are always like, oh, Peter. Well, you know, when people, you know, when kids start questioning, because kids at school are mean, and kids will say, you know, there is no such thing, and that's just not true, you know, but when they start questioning it, you know, and it's like with me, my dad always said, you know, Santa Claus is this, you know, force and, you know, whatever. You guys know how I'm saying. But anyway, I'm trying not to be the dream ruiner of the world. Anyway, I don't know what that age is. So I'm like, is this the last year or is it next year? You know, he just turned 7. And I'm like, I just don't know. You know what I mean? And Liliana and Carlos are so good about just really making the excitement and all that kind of stuff. And so I'm like trying to be so careful now because every time I talk about it in a video, like especially a vlog or specifically a vlog, there's always like one person that's like, so when I was watching this video, I was listening to it with my 4-year-old and their ears perked up and I'm like, I'm really sorry. But anyway, you know what I mean? Like I would love to keep the magic alive for him, you know, until he was 20, you know what I mean? Or 40 for all of us. But I'm like, I want to experience that and be able to like, you know, play into it and, you know what I mean? And be like, okay, like, you know, oh, this is from Santa Claus and Santa Claus sent me this letter for you and all this kind of stuff. Cause there's all these fun things you can do. I love like on Christmas now. So I think Caroline's son David used to do this, but now I brought it into like Alex's family and like Carlitos and all the cousins' kids. And, well, Sebastian's not really old enough yet to understand it, but anyway, they all do the Santa Tracker, the Nordic Santa Tracker on Christmas Eve. If you guys do not know about this, let me just tell you, this thing is the most fantastic, cool thing in the entire world. You can, I think there's an app, but you can also do it on your computer, and it shows a map of the world, and then like at any given time you can track it and see. It's the Santa Tracker, and it's through NASA, and it'll show you exactly where Santa Claus is at that moment and where he's delivering toys. It is literally the coolest thing, you guys. And so on Christmas Eve, we're always tracking Santa to see where Santa is. And the really weird thing is, and I think I talked about this in the vlog last year, Santa, like, ironically, because, you know, in Venezuela, now that's how Santa does it here for Carlitos, Santa drops the presents from the sky, and so they go into the front yard. They don't bring them into underneath the tree, and they don't have a fireplace anyway, so Santa drops, when he flies by, he drops the presents, and then everybody runs outside into the front yard, and all the presents are in the tree, and in the bushes, and in the yard and stuff. But what's weird is, ironically, whenever we look to see where the Santa Tracker is, like 10 or 15 minutes before midnight, which is when Santa, so at midnight is when Santa flies over your town and drops all the presents. Santa is always like in Louisville, Kentucky or Chicago, like literally an hour or two away. Isn't that crazy? So yeah, I love Christmas with Alex's family. I love Christmas with my family too. It's just our family, it's like a very quiet, kind of like subdued Christmas. And Alex's family, it's like very loud and dancing and whatever, and it's a lot of fun and, you know, tons of food and all of that kind of stuff. I think I'm getting the text message from my friend. Hold on a second. If that's the case, I'm probably going to end my vlog early tonight because this is going to take me a little while. Did you guys hear this wind outside? It's now dropped another 2 degrees and it's 32 degrees instead of 34. It's gonna get cold quick. By the way, my sushi was delicious tonight, but I was telling Tanya, it's like, I don't love sushi, I mean, and it's really good sushi from this place, Blue Sushi in Indianapolis. I love it. But back in the day, it's kind of like Subway for me. I used to eat sushi so much. Like when sushi kind of like, I mean, I know sushi's been around forever, but like when the sushi got real popular, like, you know, in the late 90s, like we would go eat sushi all the time. There was this place in Indianapolis, I think it still exists, but it's called Naked Chopsticks. I'm almost positive it still exists. There's one in Broader Bowl. And we would go to Naked Chopsticks, and they had like fried rice, and they would have like, you know, different rolls. And even then, because I don't eat fish, I would always get like, you know, California roll, or I would get like, you know, something that was just like not like fishy at all. And oh God, back in the day, I was one of my, well, my good friend that we went on a date or two, he ended up taking me one time because he loved like Tsushima and stuff like that. Is that what you call it? And eels and octopus. He loved all that kind of stuff. And we went to Sakura, which is like a really famous, it's like a real sushi place in Indianapolis. And I think that was like the first time I had ever had sushi. So that would have probably been in 95 or 96. And so I ate sushi a lot when it was like real popular, but I'm like not a huge sushi person anymore. I have to really be in the mood for it. And tonight I was kind of in the mood for it a little bit. So let me see what my friend is saying. Yeah, they can talk now, so I'm gonna have to end this in just a second. But like, but yeah, they just texted me again. Okay, I have to kind of be in the mood for sushi. It's like Subway. I've eaten so much of it back in the day that I just don't love Subway anymore. But I know people that just die for sushi. You guys, I even back in the day, and people would always judge me for this, I would eat that sushi that you can get like at the grocery store, like at Kroger had it. And I thought it was pretty good. I mean, it's really bad. It's really hard to mess up sushi rolls when you're basically eating, you know, cucumber or avocado with cream cheese and rice. Like, that's hard to mess that up. I mean, it just basically tastes the same every time. And I load it with the wasabi because I love that. And then I, you know, put soy sauce on it. So it's really hard to mess that up. I mean, it basically tastes the same wherever you go. But at Blue Sushi, they use a different kind of rice, and they use brown rice, and like the one I got tonight, Alex got me one that has like little carrots in it, and avocado, and cream cheese, and then it had mushrooms in it in one of them, and then the other one had like peanuts, and like this peanut sauce, and it had peanuts, like family friendly, okay? But it had like this little peanut sauce in it that you're supposed to dip in it. I did it with one, and I didn't really like it, but anyway. And it was called like a Thai peanut roll or something like that. And it was like spinach, and I think it had carrots in it too. I don't know, but it was really good. They were both really good. I just didn't like the peanut sauce that you're supposed to dip it in, so I just did soy sauce. They also had like low sodium soy sauce, and the wasabi, and it was good. But like, I've had sushi now, so like I won't be hungry for sushi again for a couple months. I'm not somebody that can like just eat it all the time. Back in the day, I could have eaten sushi every single day. Do you ever get tired of certain foods like that? Is it just me? I get kind of tired of certain foods, and I'm just like, I'm just really not in it anymore. All right, you guys, well listen, I'm gonna end this now so that I can call my friend and talk for a little bit on the phone, and then I want to listen to my Christmas audiobook. Oh my god, the signs are literally like the lights and the signs are like blowing in the wind. I don't know if you can see this, but it's like really windy out there. Anyway, so I'm gonna get off here now. I hope you guys are having an amazing Tuesday, unless you have other plans. But like I always say, don't make other plans. Don't have other plans. Make the most. What do I always say? Have an amazing day. What is it that my friend says to me? Have an amazing day unless you have other plans. But like I always say, don't have other plans. Make the most of your day. Do something today that you wouldn't normally do. That, you know, have fun, and something that you'll look back on and be proud of. And don't be so hard on yourself today. Life is tough, you know, and do the best that you can. And we're all just trying to get by on some level. And if nobody else has told you this today, I love you. Make sure that you look at yourself in the mirror every single day. Those lights are so pretty. I'm sorry. Make sure that you look at yourself in the mirror every single day, and you do your positive affirmations, and you say, I love you, you are valuable, you are important, you matter, you are worthy. And today is going to be a great day. Today is going to be fantastic. It's going to be amazing. Good things are coming to you today. And good things are coming to you today. Sometimes I look in the mirror and I think, God, you've aged. You know, you're not 30 anymore. It's crazy when that starts happening to you. Anyway, and most importantly, make sure that you pass it on to somebody else and let them know how important they are to you. Pass on the love. Pay it forward. Do something nice for somebody else today. And don't forget, if nobody else told you this today, I love you. And I love you, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Love ya! Just in case you really need to hear it today, one last I love you. Bye. Love ya!